The game is being played, and yet many of us don't even realize we're playing a game. We're not even prepared. We've been conditioned, that's right, we have been conditioned to sell our time for money. We have become economic prostitutes and don't even realize it. We sell our time for money. Question: how much money would you need to make a month if you didn't have to pay rent or mortgage? How much money would you need if you didn't have to buy food? Those are questions I often ask myself. See, we're working for this thing called money, which is not even real. It's whatever they say it's worth. They go, print it, and do whatever they want with it, and give you the value of it. And then we in turn trade our precious time for something that's not even real. Now, I don't know what this video is going to be about, just kind of having a talk. And a lot of things I've been noticing a lot about all people, not just African people, all people. We are completely lost, have no idea what's really going on. We allow people to lead us instead of you thinking for yourself. Some of us, I wonder why we even have a brain if you never intend to use the thing. This life can be what you want it to be, but you just have to take the time out to actually understand what's going on. Now, a lot of us say that we're not allowed to do different things and they won't let us do things and all this stuff. But who's this they that's keeping you back? Why do you feel that they have so much power over you? Because you live in their system? Because you are under their hegemony? Why do you feel you're so powerless to do anything about it? You see, the mere fact that you have been conditioned to think that way proves that they already conditioned your mind. Once you got a hold of someone's mind, the body will always follow the mind. That's a fact. Whether you believe it or not is irrelevant. So many of you say, I listen to these conversations, you all are schizophrenic. Talk about, black power, well, since you all like to use colors all the time, but you talk all this radical stuff while you're off. But while you're working, it's yes sir, no sir, no ma'am. Isaac, get the reports ready for you, sir. No, Isaac going to lunch right now, sir, if it's okay. Can I take a vacation this day, sir? No, okay, sir. I'll put in my vacation some other time, sir. When you get off work, after European, man, this and that, but y'all are schizophrenic, having dual personalities. I know what you're gonna say, but man, you gotta survive. I get it, but you don't have to survive in this system the way they tell you have to survive. We have been conditioned, our mind, into thinking we need all these things, into thinking, you have to have these college degrees, to be a productive member of society. But how many people with college degrees don't have a job in the given field they have, that they studied in? How much people with college degrees who are homeless or on the verge of being homeless or working 2 and 3 jobs to prevent themselves from being homeless? And you still got to pay back the student loans. You see, that's why I asked a question earlier on in the video. How much money would you need to make if you didn't have to pay mortgage or rent? Well, you mean we all gotta pay mortgage and rent? Yes, that's how we have been conditioned. How much money would you need to make a month if you didn't have to buy food? Well, we always gotta buy food. Yeah, because we've been conditioned that way as well. You notice all the houses. Well, I can't speak for all parts of the world. I mean, well, I could. But I know in America in particular, they sell you a big old house with very little yard space. You wonder why? Well, it's quite simple. You don't have no room to grow any, to do any gardening. And then you don't have any room for the kids to play, so they gotta play in the front yard in the street. And every time a car is coming, they gotta pull on the side, so they gotta run over by a car. How is that for safety? But we have been conditioned to think that that's normal. See, the conditioning, to me, that's strange. So where I'm from, in the Caribbean, a small little island, we had yard space. Okay, we could play in the yard. We didn't have to go and play in the front yard to almost get run over by a car. And I can pretty sure, if I did the research, which I don't feel like, I can pretty sure guarantee that many kids have been injured while playing in the front yards. And those of you that live in America, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You go down these subdevelopments where you have cars parked on both sides of the street, so you gotta wait until someone comes down and you gotta take your turn and drive forward. I mean, that's how it is. It's just the design is poor. It's a poor design to begin with. But then some people have so many people in the house with them. They're not just their kids alone, but some people actually have like roommates because they can't afford the mortgage on the houses. $3,500, $4,000 a month for these houses. But we've been conditioned to think that, hey, that's normal. That's the way things are. And if you don't have one of those big boxes, you're not successful. If you don't have one of the flashy cars, you're not successful. Well, how much of that stuff are you going to fit in the casket with you, or the urn with you? None of it. But you see, we've been given... They have actually turned this damn world upside down, inside out. Now they got you thinking up is down and down is up, right is left and left is right. Completely confused. But what can I say? If you don't see it, you probably will never see it. You probably live your whole life and still have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Just some crazy lunatic on YouTube ranting, you know, with no logic to it. Because your mind is not where my mind is at yet. Not saying I'm better than you, I'm not. I'm just a regular guy who looks at things a little bit different. Just a little different. That's all. And who takes the time out to actually think. You've heard me say that before. Think. We have been really conditioned, just like any other animal. Conditioned, just like you saw the horse. I'm showing it to you right now again. The horse. This majestic, powerful creature is being confined by a little small rope and a plastic chair that a baby can move. A little infant can push over with no problem. But yet the horse is confined to that spot as if it's being tied to a tree or something. It's just tied to a little small chair. Why? Because his mind, or her mind, the horse, has been conditioned. That every time I'm tired, I can't go anywhere, so I'm just conditioned. The same way how you condition a person to think that they're enslaved. You condition their mind. So you don't need the chains anymore to enslave them. Their mind's already enslaved. So they'll act accordingly. That's why many of y'all still have that same defeatist attitude. The man, white supremacy. They are better than us. Even some of you going around saying that the white supremacists are the most intelligent person on the planet. And you don't stop and think, well, wait a minute. If they are the most intelligent person or the people on the planet, let me say it correctly, if they are the most intelligent people on the planet, what does that make me? It's a question, because if they're the most intelligent, that means I have to fall behind them somewhere because they are the most intelligent, right? Again, the conditioning of the mind. You don't really see it. And those of you who just repeat, you will never see it. And furthermore, add injury to insult. You fall in love with these personalities that tell you this type of stuff because, hey, you want to belong to something. The in crowd. So you never question anything. You're just being led like a donkey chasing a carrot. You're just being led. And you don't even know it. That's the thing what's so sad. That's the thing what keeps me, what makes me conflicted about making these YouTube videos. Because I don't think the mass is going to get it. Like I said, the masses are asses. You can catch feelings if you want. But it's a reality. Just look and see for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. Use your eyes. You can see it for yourself. Look at what's popular. Look at what's not. Look at what the in crowd is doing. Just look and use it. Use your own God-given eyes. If you believe in God, use it. Just use your eyes. Use your own mind. And you'll see for yourself. Again, I don't want you to take my word for it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Go and see it for yourself. The average conversation you have with a person nowadays is just so dismally low. You're like, man, that's all we could talk about. You're trying your best to fit into the conversation, but you're bored inside. Like, man, this is so boring. Because they're on one level. They can't get beyond that level. Whether they be talking about a job because they don't like it, or talking about the condition to find themselves in. I mean, anybody could be, not just African people. A lot of us don't move beyond that level. We can't think outside the box, so to speak, if you like that phrase. But like I said, you can't think outside the herd. So you have a herd mentality. Everybody thinks the same thing. Oh man, the system is getting us down. You don't figure out, well, wait a minute. How can I manipulate the system to work for me? And don't tell me it can't be done, because some people have found a way to do it. So don't tell me it cannot be done. Okay, I cannot believe that kind of. I can't run with that type of thinking. That's a defeatist mindset. And if you have a defeatist mindset, you will be defeated 100% of the times. Not 50, but 100% of the time, because your mindset. Remember what I just said earlier. The body always follows the mind. Always. Okay? It's not if and, it's gonna always follow the mind. But again, the conditioning we have been under, and some of you guys don't even see it. It's a sad thing. But carry on. This is just a public service announcement from some random dude on YouTube that's just talking. Some simpleton, some fool, some idiot. Some guy from a small island called St. Thomas. So I'm just a coconut, just some random guy from a small place. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But maybe you do. Maybe you'll find some way to break free from the conditioning. Maybe you could find a way to actually shed light on all this darkness that surrounds us. We shall see. The jury is still out on that one.